Sales is the most lucrative skill in the world, period. The problem is most sales advice out there today is outdated, cheesy, and could even keep you from the deals that can make all the difference in your career. This is the No BS Sales School, a podcast for entrepreneurs and salespeople who want to master the skill of selling without all the BS. Welcome to the No BS Sales School podcast. I'm your host, Walker McKay. I want to talk to you today about a coaching call I had with a client yesterday afternoon. And it took me a little while to calm down after the coaching call because I got really pissed off at my client. Hadn't seen him in a while, hadn't talked to him in a while, and they called me for coaching. I said, okay, what's up? And I like this person. This guy's great, right? But before I work with anybody, before I take on any clients, we do what's called a skills assessment, right? It's a test that people take, and it shows you what are the things that they're really good at, what are the sales skills they have they're really good at, and what are the sales skills that they need more help with, and also what are their mindsets? What are the things that they believe that are helping them, and what are the things that may be hurting them, right? So like a mindset that may be helping them is, I don't have to prove myself to anybody. I don't need more friends. I'm here for business. Believe it or not, that is one of the best mindsets you can have for sales. Another mindset that is very helpful is where money is not such an emotional issue for you. You can talk about money. You can ask people about money. You don't put your own values of money in a conversation when you're having a business conversation, right? You're able to separate from that. Well, this client of mine, I've been working with him for a while, but it's been a long time since I've talked to him. He hadn't been to class in a while. They have a very high need for approval. They desperately want everybody to like them, especially their prospects. And so when he goes out to get prospects, he tries to make friends with everybody. This guy sells an expensive product. He already sells commercial insurance. It's a very expensive product, right? And you deal with CEOs, CFOs, higher level people. And technically, I think he's pretty good. And there are plenty of people in his office who are technically excellent. So if he needs help there, he'll be fine. But here's the thing. When he meets somebody, he wants to meet them in a social situation. He likes to meet people in social situations. That's fine, right? But he wants to get to know about their family. And he wants to get to know about what they do for fun. And he wants to get to know about all these different things. And he wants to befriend them. Here's what I picture this guy in the waiting room of the big boss's office, right? And he's waiting to have a meeting with the decision maker. And this person, I guarantee you, is sitting in that waiting room going, okay, I know this guy went to Clemson and I like Clemson and maybe we can be friends. And I think I can, maybe we can go to football games together and we have a lot of things in common. And I know that I can really sell him and he's going to like me. Actually, I won't have to sell him. He's going to like me so much, he'll just buy. How many of you have ever thought that before? I know most of you are shaking your head going, no. But seriously, think about it. How often have you wondered, maybe this person can just like me and therefore we'll do business together without my even worrying about it? So this person calls me for coaching and they said, man, I'm working on a deal. I need your help. I said, okay, good. What you got? I said, it's a big one. Okay, good. What happened? Well, there's this guy. He's the CEO of a big company. And I'm like, let me guess, you've got to be really good friends. Yes, we've got to be really good friends. I've driven 80 miles to his house to go have dinner with his family. I talk to them on a regular basis and I know his wife and all these things. I'm like, yeah, what's the problem? And he said, well, I talked to them and they want to give me a broker of record letter for their insurance. The guy said he wanted to. And so I sent him something and now he's not returning my calls. He's not returning my emails. And I don't know what to do. I was like, okay, well, so far, you're not doing very well. Tell me why would he want to give you a broker record letter? What's the problem that he's trying to solve? And this guy said, well, he just likes me more than his other guy. He doesn't have a relationship at all with his other guy. I said, yeah, but what's the problem he's trying to solve? Well, we didn't really get there yet. Okay. So this person is up the creek without a paddle. There's way too much at stake right now. Way too much at stake right now. You know why? Because first of all, this person in a business context is not responding to him. And this is his quote, friend. And so the salesperson has way too much at risk. He's afraid he's going to lose a friend, not to mention a deal. And guess what? This person was not a friend before they met for business. So now, all of a sudden, this whole thing is tangled up. I don't know how many friends that CEO needs. I don't know if they think, maybe they do think this guy's a great guy. My client is a great guy. He is a great guy. However, being somebody's friend is not the best way to get business. I even tell people if the best in you have with somebody is an introduction by a friend who's not a business associate, it's pretty weak. It's not a very strong thing. I know like, oh, this guy's best friends with so-and-so. Best friends doesn't matter. Maybe it matters a little bit, but not much. Do you have any friends maybe that you love, that you think are great, but if you had a problem in their area with something that they did, they might be among the last people you'd call? Am I the only one like that? I've got some great friends, but there's no way in hell I'd call them to fix some of the problems that I have. I may not want them inside that circle. I may know them too well. So the worst mistake this person made was the last voice message they left was, hey, John, I really need your help. Things aren't going great this year. I need some extra business. Can you help me? Can you go ahead and sign that broker of record letter? It matters a lot to me. I almost reached to the phone to rip their head off. Sales is never about you. If you go to try and make friends with the purpose of selling to somebody, that's disingenuous at best. You'll waste a ton of time chasing and chasing and chasing. And then when it's time to say, you know what, not hearing what I need to hear from you, or I hadn't heard back from you, I'm assuming you've gone a different direction, I'll close your file. It's too personal. You can't do it. You screwed it up. This person asked me what they should do. I said, man, you have driven the car off the bridge and now you're calling me for flying lessons. It's too late. Let's fix this for next time. When you're going to meet prospects, go have business conversations. Go learn about their business. Connect with them business-wise. Don't give a shit about what you have in common with them. It doesn't matter. One of the first mistakes I see salespeople doing is trying to find things in common. Oh, you went to Clemson, I went to Clemson. You like to fish, I like to fish. You like to do this, I like to do that. Who cares? Nobody gives a shit. Business owners don't have time for that. CEOs don't care about that. The only thing you have to have in common with your prospect, that you have to have in common, is both of you believe that you need to fix the prospect's problem. That's what you have to have in common. That the salesperson has identified the personal, compelling reason why the prospect needs to fix the problem, and the prospect has identified and figured out and spoken out loud that they're committed to fix the personal, compelling problem. If you went to Clemson in the same class, nobody gives a shit. If you have a very high need for approval and you want to make friends with everybody, my first response is, please stop, right? Please stop. You're wasting your time. You're wasting everybody else's time. If you can't get over that, get a dog, love the dog, take care of the dog. Go to work to go find prospects, right? And see if they have a gap between where they are and where they want to be that's emotional, compelling, that they have to fix, that they're committed to fix, and they've got a budget and they're able to make a decision in a reasonable period of time. And if that's not the case, move on. Some will, some won't. So what? Who's next? You can always call them back in 3 or 4 months or 6 months or 12 months. But if you're leaning on to be friends and wasting a bunch of time with shit like that, you're stuck. You lose your leverage. You got nothing, and you're not helping yourself. I'm Walker McKay with No BS Sales. Want to learn how to sell without making friends with people? Call me. Thanks for listening to the No BS Sales School podcast. If you're struggling to close deals, then I want to invite you to take my free mini course, where you'll learn the 7 most expensive sales mistakes that will cost you time, money, and credibility. So be sure to click the link in the show notes or go to www.7salesmistakes.com. That's the number 7salesmistakes.com. Thanks again for listening to the No BS Sales School podcast.